The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Diagnostic Trading Hour with your host, Darrell Martin. Now, Darrell Martin.
All right, folks, welcome on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. We got the S&P down half point. We got the Russell down 0.9. We had the Nasdaq down 0.75 and the Dow down 21. Pretty flat on the day. Not a big surprise. It is FOMC day, along with the GDP numbers that came out. And, of course, we also had a few other things. Of course, we have the ADP non-farm payroll, USD and CAD GDPs all being released this morning. And let's see here. So the ADP non-farm payroll came in a little higher than expected at 200,000. Then we got the the USD CAD. USD GDP came out at 1.7, and the Canadian GDP came in at expectations at 0.2. So we actually had a pretty big increase right there on the GDP. Usually we don't expect that size of an increase on it, so that was a good number. Not as honestly, I just didn't expect it to be that big. We got a nice solid 1.4 or 1.7, and I was looking for at least a 1.4, and we got it. So that was pretty nice to be able to actually exceed that expectation on the board there. Looking across, we have oil right now. It's up $1.48 on the day. A little zigzag of a morning, but decided to go ahead and move on up. Got natural gas is flat on the day. Corn and soybeans both up 1 point, basically flat on the day. Euro dollar's up 19 pips. Aussie dollar down 105. So moving down quite a bit overnight. We got pound dollar down 62. We got the dollar CAD down 17, and the dollar franc is down 18 on the day. The euro yen is up 54 pips. The pound yen is down 19, and the U.S. yen up 25. So pretty small move days right now for the yen pairs. Gold currently down 15 points, and of course all sorts of volatility expected today on gold. We got silver currently down about 1%. Copper is up. So going against the other metals, copper's up right now 2.5%. So first thing, let's pull up a couple charts real quick and look over at this on some of the trades that we had this morning, and then we'll go into some potential setups here for what's coming on up. So right here, checking this out and looking at the the dollar yen, you could have went in and there was some decent volatility, and we're usually looking for pretty small range. So usually the dollar yen doesn't move too far. If you hop in, you had a couple different choices on when to get in. So you could try to play both announcements or one of the announcements. But we got a pretty solid move right there, and usually not as big of a move not the move that we always expect on it. But should be able to get out for a pretty decent trade on that one. And let's go in and look at the dollar CAD. Okay, the dollar CAD, if you look at it, was sort of one of the main picks for the straddle strangle today. We had a couple choices we could look at. And the dollar CAD, it moves about 57 pips or so usually off of this GDP report. And you can see right here, we'll get right into it, and we release about 309. We get up to about 333. And then it drops on back down. Okay, so we get all the way back down here to 277. So that gives us a move for pretty much before news to after news. Remember, we didn't get a big move on the CAD, right? So the expectation on that, the CAD basically came in at expectations. So right there, 32 pips. So you could have got out when you saw that number come in, you saw the CAD was flat. You really would have been targeting about a break even on the USD CAD. What about some of the other pairs? Well, let's go in. Let's look at Aussie dollar over here. On Aussie dollar, a little bit different expectations. We had an expectation on Aussie dollar of about 39 pips. Did we get that move? Well, if we go over here and go into, right before the news, to the news, we got about 75 pips. So solid 1-to-1 right there on Aussie dollar. It really exceeded expectations. We can go and look at the euro dollar and had some wild volatility. And we can go over here, we can look at, it had sort of a double volatility move right here. We got the 820 moved on down here. We got about 41 pips. If we take the entire trade, so including the before the 815, go into that, and we got right there about 53. And then if you start right over here, okay, if you start right over here, which is the earliest you could have got in the trade, right here at about 8 o'clock, then we got that. So what you can do, though, is measure high to low, and that's really important when you're doing these news trades and you're taking into account these ranges, is look at high to go. We got 67 pips. So the average move on the euro dollar is 59. So we exceeded that average range on the euro dollar. And so it'd be about time to get out. You probably would have got close to a 1-to-1 on the euro dollar trade, putting that one on. If not, you could have, there's plenty of opportunities to get out at break even on the trade. But once it exceeded that average range, you're really hoping to get out at as close to possible on the trade. Let's look over at the pound dollar. So on the pound dollar right here, it's been a big mover today. But if we go to the 8 o'clock down to the low right here, we got 87 pips. It usually averages 72. It's the big mover, okay? So obviously it did that. It exceeded that average move. And we go over here, and now if we go just before, remember we had both announcements you could take advantage of this morning. If you go just before, down here to the low, then you only got 44. So if you took advantage of both moves, then you had a great trade. If you didn't, then you really would have been pushing it. But we'll get that high to low, and that'll help you out. And these take a little practice getting used to. They're pretty cool, pretty sweet trades. But you really just got to put all those pieces together. And, I just got a note from one trader that said they went in and did some of the pre-news trades for the 1 o'clock expiration. Shout out to Donald out there. And let's see, 1 o'clock expiration, 4 forex trades, 6 contracts on them, all winners. Great job. So excellent job there. And I'm just putting together the stats and the expected ranges and movements and everything else that you can do. So we have those in place. Let's see, what else we have. And we can look at USD yen. We can look at a lot of the different pairs, okay? And but this one obviously USD yen was a pretty big mover. But if you go right up here to 820, we had this massive spike, okay, right there, going into it, 48 pips, okay? So we had a 48 pip spike right there, right off of that news announcement, and that was going into the news. And so what's the average move on the USD yen? Well, it's about 44 pips. So we pretty much came right at the average move. So that really was pretty much right within our expectations on that report for getting in on the trade. As far as like right before the news, remember the range is not when you get in. The range is after the news, high to low. Okay? So we were right within that average range. If you would have chosen, let's just say, we'll say 10 o'clock. Okay? Let's say you would have held to expiration, then you would have had about 31 pips. So not too shabby. If you'd have chose the 11 o'clocks, so if we go over here and go up, you would have had about 19 pips. So you could have easily been profitable in the trade. The big trick is always remember that spike. Talk to some people that didn't quite understand that when you're doing an into the news binary butterfly, then you're going to expect the market volatility to be taking place. All right. So let's go over here and look at what we got now. So what's coming up and what can we get ready for? Okay. Well, we have, we're somewhere between the 60 and 30 minute mark on news. So pull up all my stats here real quick and see, what we might be able to, like I said, take advantage of. And let me just open up, you can use really any platform you want to. And I'll open up Thinkorswim on one of my screens. Okay, so I'll have it with, just all the charts on there, and you can see how everything's really just getting flat. Okay? And then on another screen over here, let me pull up I'll share this one on the scanner here. Pull this one up here for you. And we'll go in and we'll check out the pairs that we have. So we got stats for Aussie dollar, we got stats for euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar CAD, dollar franc, and USD CAD. So we got all of them selected. And now we're going to do binary butterflies. And we're going for basically trades that are expire here in the next 45 minutes. So I'll choose an hour. Okay? And I'm going to put 60 to 95. I have risk reward set at 0. Both directions, 60 to 95, 0 minutes to 1 hour. Now, go down here, and we can look at, what possible trades exist on these different markets. And we need to be aware of, potential ranges on these trades. So how far out can we get? Because the further away, the better. And we really want as much of a range as we can take advantage of. And really looking at, remember, we want that 2 o'clock expiration because this is pre-news. okay? And so once you do that, and you got to be able to find them. They can be a little bit more challenging when you're doing binary butterflies. So you really got to be able to find the trade that you're looking for there. And we'll see if we can find some good setups, okay? So knowing that we have about a 20 pip range on the Aussie dollar, and that number will go down here in a few minutes. And so that's something we can also keep into account, is that number will drop here in about 15 minutes because we'll be going into the 30-minute range. This is actually the 20 pips is a 60-minute range. So it'll drop down to about 13 here in about 15 minutes. And let's see. Trying to just pull up each piece for you. Okay. So right now we get like a 69 and a 59. That's only 10 pips wide. Not necessarily the best trade that I want. Right? So I want this thing to be a little bit wider if possible. And looking at, 69, that's really close. That's only like 4 ticks away. Probably going to avoid that trade. That really only gives me 4 pips above where we're at right now. I don't like the trade. If I don't see a trade I like, you know what? I don't take it. So you don't want to force the trade. Now, what about over here on euro dollar? We got about 30 pips for an hour till expiration, and we have about 20 pips, so we lose about 10 of those pips 30 minutes before it winds up tight. Okay? Well, right now we're sitting at about 281. We can get 292, okay? And we can get 272. That gives us a 20 pip high to low, but it's one of the things you may want to have to leg in on these. They're looking a little bit challenging. But I'm going to open those tickets. I'm going to have them ready, okay, because that could work at least for, potentially for our 30-minute stats. But we're really, we're talking about a high to low, okay? So where it's going to go up to where it's going to go down. And what I'll do is I'll look at the chart. So if I go over here and I'm looking at, euro dollar, and I'll look at those strikes, and I'll go, okay, we got 292, so, draw a little, line right there. We got 272, so right down here. I mean, that really is sort of in the range we've been in for quite a while. So not necessarily a horrible trade, and, right within the parameters that we're looking for. So if you put that trade on, you'd be taking in about, about 30 bucks. So a little bit more than that on the trade, 250. And if we got out of the trade, we'd basically have better than a 1-to-1 risk reward on the trade, or we could hold it. So just depending upon how we want to do it, but that of course increase our risk on the trade if you just held it. So anyway, so putting that trade on, put that one in there, get that one going, and then we'll put this other side on right here. So I like the support resistance levels on that. That stays within our range here in 30 minutes coming up. So that's going to be the pick for euro dollar, and we'll keep going. Be right back after this break.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a threefold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the Forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Darrell takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
All right, folks, we're going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And so just going through all the pieces here and putting them all together, see what all we get. So we got one of them on. We're going to go over and look at a few other ones. And let's see here. So like I said, we're coming up closer to that 30-minute range now. So about 35 minutes away from it coming on up. Let's check out what we got. We got euro dollar there. We got pound dollar. So we got a 51.91, a 51.71. Do we like that trade? And we go over and just look at the charts. Is it staying? Does it look like it's staying in that range? So we go over here. We're going to back it out a little bit. We're going to put this up here at 51.91. Oh, it's a little bit further out than I wanted. There we go, 51.91. Right there. Let me grab a price marker. Okay. And 51.71. So we've been in that range since about 10 o'clock. So not a bad range at all. So we can go over here. We can put those trades on, and you can, of course, initiate live or demo. So up here, and working out a few little things, we're adding in some cool more additional plugins to the scanner, as always, trying to upgrade it, make it even better and better. So I'm going to just initiate both sides here. But, so, got 51.91, and put that one in. We got 51.71, again, expiring at 2 o'clock before the FOMC. Okay? And so once that trade goes in, then we have that one done. And let's see what else there is that we can do. Okay, so that's one of them. And like I said, you can do live and you can do demo and put both sides in. And you can also see if you're not filled on one side or the other. So like I bought 10 of the 5171. I need to go in and sell on the 5191s over there. So just open that up and then just click it right there once it populates. And then have that up. Okay? So pretty simple. That trade's in, and not much to do with it. Except just sort of, we just sort of watch it now, let it play out. And like I said, if you want to switch back and forth, all your positions can be like right in here. And we can see, if I go over here to say live, demo, whatever, I can go back and forth. I can initiate tickets. I can see what's available. And put on each one of those trades. So like right here, and then you just click again. And so you can actually trade this in live or demo right from the scanner. So that's pretty cool. It'll let you do each one of those. All right, so if you have any questions about that, of course, let me know. And I will be glad to help you out. Okay? Let's see, some other things that you can do. We can go in and look at. Now, you can look at, there's quite a few pairs that you can check out. All right, so there's more than just 2 pairs. Of course, we have 8 pairs. And we have stats on, pretty decent variety of them. And let's see here. I'm trying to see what other good trades we might be able to potentially check out as well. And see how that works for us. All right. So now that we've done that, we got all of our trades on. We'll just sort of load up across the board, see how they all work out, and do each trade. Let's see. Take me a couple minutes here as I open up each one of these and figure out the pieces. Okay, so got that wrapped up, and then wanted to do one more over here on this one. There we go. Done. Okay, so now that all that's done and in, and we placed all of our trades, then let's see here. Now we can go in and look at, is there any other pairs that we'd want to do it on? Because by doing that, we can basically find ideal trades that we're looking for. And let's see. I'm just trying to make sure I got all my positions where I want them at. So we're doing this so I can make sure you're able to follow along. And okay, so we got all those in. And of course, you can set take profits on them as well. So that's definitely a possibility for you as you put them all in there. Okay? So now that we got all that done, let's look down at a few other instruments that we could also potentially do these trades on. And then we're going to flip over right after that, and we're going to look at the stringles and straddles. Okay? So we got the pound dollar there. We got the dollar, let's see, Aussie dollar. We didn't really like anything on the Aussie dollar. That was just too narrow, so we only had 10 pips there. We can go down a little bit lower. Let's check out the dollar CAD, see if we like anything on that one. All right, we only got about 10 pips on that one as well. So probably going to pass on the dollar CAD for the moment. Don't really like that layout. You could go in and you could play the ranges, meaning you could go in and say, I want to do this one now, and then I could leg in, to each trade as it oscillates. But anyways, we'll come back. We'll look at that right after this break.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. With the stock market flirting with all-time highs and volatility back, now is the perfect time for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights. On Monday, June 24th, Tom O'Brien closed out all 5 open positions in his daily newsletter Market Insights, with all trades being profitable and ranging from a 2.23% gain all the way to more than an 11% gain in just one position, for an incredible 32.7% profit combined between the 5 trades. Let Tom O'Brien's years of market experience work for you. If you'd like to see for yourself what kind of trading newsletter Tom O'Brien delivers to his clients each morning, then now is a perfect time to sign up for a 2-week free trial to his daily newsletter, Market Insights. In a volatile market like we currently have, the potential for fast market moves like we've seen recently is a trader's dream. So don't wait any longer. Sign up for your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today at the front page of TFNN.com. With over 3 decades of commodity trading experience, Andy Hecht has developed a system that combines both technicals and fundamentals. He calls this approach Technomental, and now you can put it to work for yourself with his brand new service, the Technomental Commodity Report. In this weekly newsletter, which comes out each Thursday morning, Andy gives you his analysis of the market price direction bias using fundamentals, and then specific trade recommendations including entry and exit points using technicals. The recommendations in the newsletter are always based on stocks and ETFs, so a futures account is not required, and Andy will often use options in the recommendations as well. Andy will tell you where to get in, where to get out, and he'll outline the risk-reward profile for all recommendations. To get your month-long free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report by Andy Hecht while locking in the low introductory rate, visit the front page of TFNN.com today. Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Alrighty, folks. So out of all the ones on, I looked over at all these butterflies, and some of them look a lot better than others. USD Yen looks pretty good. USD Franc looks like it might work okay. We have, let's see here, the dollar CAD is a possibility, but it's really tight. Euro dollar and pound dollar are pretty wide. So we're getting like solid, 20 pips wide on them. Aussie dollar is the one that I just did not like out of the entire group. So, it's already moving up and breaking past that one binary strike there. So, and some of these, the amount was high enough that you could actually have put it on for a $50 premium collection, which was pretty sweet on some of these trades. And so, putting up the whole, gambit here, they're sort of showing you the different trades, I guess. We'll pull these up and what's going on these. And they're just, like I said, they're premium collection trades. So what we're saying is we're now feeding this stuff directly into it so you can actually see your positions and manage them directly from the scanner here. You got the euro dollar. And we're basically stay between 72 and 92. We got pound dollar between 71 and 91. Dollar CAD between 80 and 90. So it's really a tight range on that. We got a nice premium on it. We got about $40 on that trade. We got dollar franc also. We got about $45 on that trade. So also a very, very tight range. Okay. So, the reason I'm going through all these with the demo with you is I'm trying to show you what you learn. Obviously I have the main trades over on my account, but I want you to see these. We got dollar yen right here. We got about 25 bucks on it, pretty tight as well, but we at least got a solid 20 pips on dollar yen. So out of all of them, got a nice range right there. And you're going to see immediately being down due to bid-ask spread. And then I put 10 contracts on, so that just adds to it. And really, this is a time thing. So as time ticks away, okay, these collect value. And so all the trades are right there, and you can go in and you can actually click the button now. You just click close at market. What it'll do is it'll pop it up for you. You just verify the price, and we're, this is in beta, as it says beta right here. We just added this in. And or you can just openly, randomly open a ticket, and it won't fill in any information. It just opens it up, and then you can fill in direction and price and all that, or you can click the close at market. It has a little offset on it. We're going to increase that offset some from where it's at right now. But it just makes it nice because you can go in, like I said, and easily see, where your positions are, if they're open, if they're working. For instance, like if I go into this trade and I say, all right, I actually want to close this one. If I can get out of it, we'll just, put in a number. If I could sell this for, 97, and I'm just, 95, okay? If I could sell for $95, I'd be happy to be out of it. And I hit place order. And then what will happen is that order goes in, it's received, and instantly I'll see the working order below it. So right here, notice how I see the working order here? So I can see my working orders. I can click on this little wrench right here, and I can amend or cancel the working order. So this is our first step into adding, things like stops and OCOs and contingents and things like that. This sort of making this a place where you really can hang out right here without having to hop back and forth between the two platforms. So, anyways, we're letting those do their thing. They're all pretty much doing their thing right now, just staying in their ranges. So we'll see if that works out through the end. Let's check out what we have for, we can do strangles and we can do strangles, okay, on this FOMC interest rate announcement. And it's really the statement, everybody expects it to come in at 0.25, but we do expect a lot of volatility. So first let's go over and let's check out some spread straddles, okay? And then we'll go in and we'll check out some binary strangles as well. And the biggest movers we get are usually euro dollar, pound dollar, but we can check out all the ones we have stats on, all right? But the ones that move the most consistently are your euro dollar, your pound dollar, and your Aussie dollar. Okay, those break 50 pips more than 75% of the time. Euro dollar actually breaks it like 95% of the time. And those also have a very high average range. So Aussie dollar, basically 75% of the time it breaks 50 pips, and the average range is like just over 50 pips. So we can go down here, and this is one of the nice things too. You can actually see your binary positions even on the spread scanner. So you'll be able to edit stuff from there. It just makes it that much easier. But let's go down and let's look at them and check it out. Okay, so what I'm looking at is a variety of trades. We got Aussie dollar, ideally not risking more than 40 bucks at most on the trade, and that 40 bucks would be a combination. Okay, so I need to do a couple things. Up here, I don't want it to be expiring really in the next 30 minutes, okay, and I really am probably going for, I'm going for really, since it's FX, I'm going for the 3 o'clock expiration, so I just put 90 right there. And that'll make sure I only see, okay, that'll make sure all I'm seeing on these trades is going to be the ones that expire at 3 o'clock, because it would not do me a lot of good to do a straddle for the news, for high impact for the news, if it expired at 2 o'clock. That's the point of the binary butterflies, okay? And I can go in and let's see if there's some pieces I can use. Well, I got this one right here. And by the way, if you select them all, let's show you something. They'll all be on there. And I go, obviously, this red one I don't need because it's way far away. See, that's 59 pips away. So that just doesn't make any sense. And by the way, the settings I have at the top are $100 max risk and a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio on these trades, okay? So that's pretty much the only filters I use when I'm doing a straddle. And then I can see these other two have like a big move they got to make, like 28 pips, all right? So I may not like those. May get rid of those right there. They have to just move a massive amount of distance. Let's see here. We get rid of these. I'm sorry, these right here that have like the massive risk, like $100 or basically $50 risk. I'm not going to make anything on it. Let me show you what I mean. Let me bring them up. There we go. See how they're going to have to move really far? They're so deep in the money. And so that really just is not going to be the best trade. Like, they'll be profitable right away because they're trading like right at where the market's at. So they'll have a very low break-even distance. But this one's going to have to make all of that one's risk back. So due to that fact, like, I don't like either one of these. Even though the break-even distance is low, the risk is so high that until the Aussie dollar gets to here, we're not going to start making any money until we get like way up here. And we don't expect, a break-even distance of 53, or max risk of 53 pips basically means it has to move 53 pips. I only expect about a 58 pip move. So that really is pretty useless to me. I can go over here and I can look at these, and the break-even distance is pretty high right now. It looks like we got the Aussie dollar. If I click on a ticket, I can open up a ticket, and it's nice on the floor because you can actually see the price quoting right in there for you. And so we can see it at, 89.67. So 89.67, so yeah, we have a lot of premium built in. So why? Well, because we have the FOMC announcement about to come out. So I'm not a big fan of those. Why? Well, because I only expect it to move about, 50, 60 pips, right? And if I only expect it to move that far, well, what do I need to make? And this is the formula. So you want to write this one down. Your formula for doing a straddle is the risk on both sides plus the risk on the opposite side. That will give you a 1-to-1. Well, if I look at both of those, I got about a $50 risk, so about $25 on each side, $75. I don't expect the Aussie dollar to move 75 pips. It could, but that's not the average move. And so this may be just such a high impact event right here, it's just not going to work for me, Aussie dollar. So if I've ruled the Aussie dollar out, I'll go up here and I'll just check it and get rid of the Aussie dollar. Now, we'll go on down here, we'll check out, we got euro dollar and pound dollar. Do we have anything that lines up better? And if we don't have anything on the spreads, we're going to hop over and we're going to look at the binaries for a strangle, because this is a very high impact news event. So it's one of those few that I'll actually hop over and do them on. So looking at this right here, just sort of seeing what we got euro dollar, and we're sort of running into the exact same scenario. Okay, even on the ones that, like if I go right here and go right there, or let's see, that might be the only one. Yeah, we can do that. But we're having sort of the same issue. And the euro dollar getting very high impact, 73 pips, but it's going to have to be about 60 pips just to be at break even. Okay, so I really need to make another 30 pips or so, at least to be as profitable as I want to be. So I don't really like the euro dollar straddle. I'm going to go down the pound dollar, and I'm having the exact same issue. There's so much premium factored in right now that there's really just not a good straddle for me. I have all the stats, but there's just not a great straddle. So let's go check out the binaries. Okay, let's do the same thing. We're going to look at the main ones. We don't have, let's see, one of the reports we don't even include on here. Dollar yen, we don't even include. Okay, and now we're going to look for a straddle. So we're going to flip this around a little bit. And I'm going to put like 5 to 30. And this is sort of a very cool advanced use of the straddle. Oh, and we also got to change our time, right? Because we want the, we don't want the ones that expire in the next 15 minutes. All right, we want the ones that expire at 3 o'clock. So right over here, we got the 3 o'clock expirations coming up. And we can see what's there. But what I do to help out is I go, okay, well, how far do I expect the Aussie dollar to move? I can click Simulate a Range, and I can go 0.0058. And I can hit OK. That's my range. So now I know I'm looking for, 90.23 and 89.07. So 90.23, okay, so that'd be like 20. It says it'd basically be worth 48.50, and I'd make 28.50 if it hit that price. Okay, and then we have 89.07, 89, $13. Oh, that's not bad, $17. I'd make 58. Actually, the price would be at 58.50. I'd make $25. That's still pretty close to a 1-to-1. I'm going to leave it up because I really want just to see it be a little bit better than that. And we might get it right before, like sometimes I put these on like minutes before the FOMC comes out. Now let's check out the euro dollar. Let's do the same thing and just see if we see a great straddle or strangle. Okay? So on the euro dollar, we're going to go in here. What's the average range? Well, it's basically 73 pips. So we're going to click OK. And average means average. It could be like, 50, 75, 100. Well, that would be, like the last three. Well, the average of that would be 75. So we'll go in here, and that gives us, 33.58 from where the market is right now. That's $16.50. I would actually make $30. Okay. And I like that one. And then let's see, do we have one on the other side that we could also do? Okay, so we go over here, 3212. 3200, 3212, $20. I'd make $33 versus 16. Okay, so I can put that one on that side. Probably a little bit more than I want, but that actually could still work out and make me a decent profit. So right here, these are the ones that we're looking at. We got the 32.20 and the 33.60 on the euro dollar. So put that one in there. Put this one in over here. And now when I do the strangles, I want to get my take profit orders ready. So I bought these. So pay attention, bought the contracts. Okay. And let's see here. Let me see this. Here at the top. And let's see, we got euro dollar 32.20, 3 o'clock, and 33.60. So now what I can do is I'll go into this 32.20, okay? And I'll click this ticket right over here. And I sold it, so it's going to be buy back, all right? So if I sold it at 83.50, I'm going to put a buy back, say like at 57, okay? Or I could put a buy back at whatever price I said it was going to be worth. So we can go back and look at it. Again, 32.20, let's go back down to euro dollar. It tells me what it'll be worth. So it says it'll be worth, actually, says 32.20 will be worth 47.50 if it's that price. So I'll go ahead and I'll move this one down to 50, okay? Because we're actually targeting a little bit lower than 32.20, right? So I'll move that one to 50. So that actually helps me by knowing, the potential price of what it'll be at. And that price is going to fluctuate, okay? Just be aware of that. But, so we'll go right there. We'll grab that one. But it is in the money, which is good once it gets there. And so now we have that trade on. I can close that ticket out. It's being worked. I can go back up here to find my other 3 o'clock one that I did, my 33.60. I'm going to open that up. I'm going to scroll back on down here to the euro dollar. Let's see here. We got euro dollar, and we said we're going to buy the 33.60. What's it going to be worth when it hits our price? It's about 46.50. Okay, so let's put in an order to sell it. We'll just say at 46, and we'll hit place order on that. And we got that one going now. So we got that one for about 17, selling it out for about $46, and that's that trade. Sweet. So that one's good to go. Now let's look and see what are the other ones. We have a pound dollar. It moves 71 pips, so nice big move on pound dollar. A lot of volatility there. Check it out, and we'll do the same thing. So just walk through the process all over again. 0.0071. Okay? And so we'll look at that one when we get back from this break, but you know how to do it. You see what I'm doing. So get simulator range, 0.0071, click OK. And we'll be right back after this break.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil's subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page at TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, has helped subscribers for over 10 years navigate the high-risk world of exploring and producing gold companies. And now's a great time to sign up for a free month-long trial to see the kind of insight that Tom delivers for his subscribers on a weekly basis. Every Monday, Tom O'Brien issues a quick update on the metal market, giving you his take on the HUI, XAU, GLD, dollar, bonds, and much more. Tom follows Monday's update with a full gold report, which is delivered to subscribers Tuesday afternoon with detailed coverage of 24 separate gold or metal stocks, as well as another 10 to 15 stocks that he lets you know are on his potential watch list. Get your month-long free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Don't spend another year navigating the metal markets on your own. Act early in 2013 and make the most of your gold and metal market investments.
Join David White as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
All right, folks, we'll come on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And it looks like we got one more we can check out here. We'll look over at the USD CAD. And out of all the ones we did so far, most of them are looking like they're going to be okay. Pound dollar is going to be really close. Dollar franc is the one we did get out of, so you would have had a bit of a $10 loss on that one. But like I said, most of them coming in pretty solid. And but pound dollar is the one that you may want to get out of. It may not be worth that last 5 minutes to see what happens. Okay, but euro dollar is looking really good right now, as well as the other ones. The dollar CAD, the dollar yen are also looking solid. Okay, so with that wrapped up, let's go over and like I said, this pound dollar is just so close. But let's look at dollar CAD. Dollar CAD's looking really good. We got 17 pips. But moves a spike of 17 pips. 50% of the time it breaks 50, but the average range is 50. So when it moves, it really moves. And let's see what kind of there is a trade built into this one that we can take advantage of. If it hits that range at all, we can go in here and we're at what 53.38. So I can get a 53.29. I also could get a let's see. Actually, there's a 53.40. Which is pretty close to 53.38, and I can always reset to get the most updated price by just re-clicking the simulated range. But we're at 53.38 on that one, and let's see, the low side is going to be 52.34. So probably just to keep things balanced, 103.29 and 102.40. And So open that ticket up right there. Open this ticket up right here. And we got that buy and that sell. We put those in. Now something else I'll do just to make it really fast and easy, since I already have the tickets up, I go, okay, what is 53.29 supposed to be worth? Well, it's supposed to be worth $59. So I'll just click it. I'll click sell. And, you know, if it's supposed to be worth 59, I could put 59. I could put 50. I'll probably just put 50. What is this one supposed to be worth? The 52.40 if it gets down there. It's supposed to be worth 45. Well, I sold it, so I want to buy it back. So I hit it, and I got to make sure I change my direction. Buy. Let's change that to 50. And then I'll hit place order. So now that one's working for me. So I got all my positions are working, going, doing their thing. And now we got to see how they land out. So hopefully you're able to keep up with all that. I know that was a lot. You can go back and watch the archive today as well. I'm sure that will help you out some when putting all of these pieces together. But like I said, the only one that we had to close out immediately was the dollar franc. And we'll go up here, and I know the pound dollar is really, really tight. So we got all these, but we got a lot of positions on. So there's a lot of stuff to manage all at one time. And so that dollar franc was really the only major one that you wanted to watch out for. And let's see here. We can go in. We'll pull up the charts, look at them right there. And that'll bring that up for you so you can see that. And hopefully that all makes sense. If you have any questions on that, definitely let me know. But that ought to do it for you. So again, we'll just review the positions we got over here. And like I said, we have one that is pretty close. That's the pound dollar. And it's got right up there, like 51.91. And you can see we've got right up to it. So, but we haven't broke it yet. And we're going to go in that 2-minute dark zone. So you're really risking it if you leave that one on. And once the dark zone goes in, you want to be aware, because all of a sudden you won't see quotes. Okay, so like we're in that now. And if you're over in the Nadex platform, you won't see quotes. So your P&L means a whole lot of nothing during that time frame. And the only thing left is for now them to expire, okay, within their range. And it looks like euro dollar is solid, pound dollar is looking good, dollar yen's in there. If you wanted an Aussie dollar, I didn't touch it. Looks like it'll be inside the range that was available. Dollar CAD's inside the range. Dollar franc, we'll see on that one. But overall, looking good.
Let me tell you something, folks. I have people coming up to me saying, I just can't believe the amount of work that Steve does on his newsletter. And I says, I absolutely agree.
That is a recent clip from the Money Masters show that Tom and I do each day at TFNN. My newsletter service, Mastering Probability, is much, much more than a newsletter. Yes, it's outperformed the S&P 500 by 100% during the last 15 months. But more importantly, it's an extraordinary education, a roadmap for your success. And it's yours risk-free for the next 30 days. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and then Mastering Probability, because everyone needs a success strategy. For most, it's a competitive edge, the will to win, the drive to overcome any obstacle. Whatever you call it, winners find a way. Find your way to Mastering Probability today, because your journey to extraordinary rewards is just one click away.